Hi, I'm Cody from Secure Agent Mentor and SecureAgentMentor.com. Thank you for joining and thank you for listening. This video, we're going to go over setting goals and tracking goals. When I was a new agent, it was my first year in the business. I was 20 years old. I was in college, going to classes. I was also playing basketball for my college, and I was a full-time insurance agent. But I still set goals and tracked goals. My goals were to make over $100,000 my first year, and to make the top incentive travel trip with the insurance company that I was with. Because I set goals and I tracked goals and I had a system, and because I saw 10, 15, 20 people a week, I was able to hit both of those goals within 8 months. So it's very important to set goals, but also track your goals. I even have goals today. My goals today are to make a couple $100,000 in 2016, to have 50 productive agents this year. Yeah, we've got hundreds of agents, but they're not all productive. I also want 3 licensed only telesales agents teleselling for me. And I also want to get to where I'm consistently submitting $10,000 of commissions on a weekly basis. Those are my short term. Now my long term goals are to make $1 million a year before the age of 30. They are to have a happy lifelong marriage. Sorry, ladies. My third is to have 10,000 downlines at some point in the future. And my fourth long term is to write a book and be a professional speaker. So those are my short term and long term. I write them down every morning and every night. Yes, my short term goals change every year, but I'm so focused on them because I write them down every morning and every night. And yes, I wrote them down this morning, and yes, I will write them down tonight. Well, you say, well, yeah, it's great to have goals, it's great to set goals, it's great to focus on goals by writing them down every morning, every night. How do you track those goals? I always have a tracker, whether it's on a whiteboard or a poster board or whatever, and I keep it on Excel, and it's tracked by my assistant and my support staff, but it's also in front of me on my whiteboard in my office. I've got it from $0 to a couple $100,000, and I'm tracking it every month to hit that goal. So not only am I tracking it, I'm visually seeing it, I'm writing it down every morning and every night, and I've got certain steps to get there. And so it's great to set goals, you have to set goals. It's great to track goals, have to track goals. It's great to focus on goals because you have to write it down every morning and every night. But if you're not visually seeing it, you're not thinking about it all the time, or if you're not actually tracking it step by step, how do I get there? If you're an insurance agent, the way to hit your goal of whatever it is you got to figure out, okay, to make $100,000, if I'm focusing on selling life insurance, if your average commission is $500 a life sale, it'll actually be bigger than that, especially if you're a part of Secure Agent Mentor. That's 200 life apps in a year. Very possible. You break that down and you start doing that math on a monthly basis. Well, if you say, well, okay, I need to account for, I don't want to be negative at all, but I need to account for someone canceling or someone changing their mind or a potential chargeback down the road. Because I don't want anything get in the way of me actually hitting my goal, so I'm going to think of those things, not in a negative way, but in a positive way that they could be obstacles. So I'm going to say, well, instead of 200, I'm going to sell 240 apps, just to make up for the rest of it. Okay, well, that's divided by 12, that's 20 a month. I need at least a minimum of 5 apps every single week to hit my goal of $100,000 if you're a new insurance agent. You say, okay, well, how do I hit 5 life apps a week? Well, whether you're good or great, they won't always say yes. So let's just say that you don't have a good closing ratio. Say it's not very good and it's just 50%. Okay, well, say they're all single appointments, which they won't all be. So we'll run, if I see 10 people and ask 10 people to buy life insurance every week, I'll make $100,000. Now you've got to figure out, how do I see 10 people? So that's how you creatively think of, how can I set goals, how can I track goals, how can I visually see goals, and how can I focus on goals by writing them down every morning and every night. So get a system in place, figure out what you need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual basis to hit your goal, and go out and hit your goal. If you need help, call me, text me, email me anytime. I'm here to help. Again, this is Cody with Secure Agent Mentor and SecureAgentMentor.com. Thank you for listening. Again, if I can do anything for you, please let me know. And good luck in 2016.